You could come. Today, I have some things that we'll talk about. I'm in my garden, my perennial pollinator garden. The dog has just joined me. And I thought we would talk about socks and shoes. The ladies' hiking group that I'm in, never a week goes by that there's not a newcomer or someone wanting advice on socks and shoes. And actually, that is paramount to a good hike. You can't deny that that can make or break your comfort and your success on a hike. So I thought I would discuss some of my favorites and the things that I like. One of the things that we talk about a lot is the fit. And if you are hiking a great distance, I would say probably over 7 miles, your hands and your feet may swell. And so professionals recommend that if you routinely are going to hike those distances, that you would buy your shoes a half a size larger. Um, we also discuss how nice it is when you go to an REI store because they have professionals that will fit you, and any boot that you take out on a hike, you can return in a year. That is what happened with my first pair, and I was very happy that I was able to tell them this just isn't working, and we found something else. So, those are a couple things to keep in mind. When you first start out, though, if you are hiking just a couple miles, particularly in your neighborhood or parks that have a paved trail or a boardwalk, your tennis shoes that you have are just fine. I have a friend also that has an app. I think she said that is actually intended for runners, but it keeps track of the mileage on your shoes. And that's also a good thing because they will break down over time. And you need to have them providing the best support for your foot so that you avoid foot and ankle problems. Um, but before we talk about shoes, I have some favorite socks to discuss because socks also make a big difference. Um, it is recommended that you not wear cotton out on the trail, particularly if your feet will perspire or if you're crossing any water features that your feet might get wet. Cotton will not dry, and so you have a stinky, smelly foot at the end, and it can also cause blisters. So we like to recommend that you wear wool blend. I prefer alpaca. I have some llama socks. So something that you can get at the REI store is Darn Tough. I like my Darn Tough socks. They are a wool blend. They even come little in ladies and men's, and they have cute little pictures on them, which add to the whimsy of your hike. Um, so they are a wool blend. They have a lifetime guarantee. So that is a very nice thing to have. Um, I hand wash mine, and I think that that will make them last longer. But I just really like them. This pair, although they have some pills on them from the friction in my boot, they are warm and cushiony, and they have an extra band of support through the arch. These are not quite as heavy, the ones with the cute little bunny picture. There are also bears, and they have several that have cute little pictures on them. Um, they are these are not quite, the ones with the pictures are not quite as heavy as the other ones, and I would recommend that you wear a lighter one when you're not particularly trying to keep your feet warm, but there is enough support in the ones that are not quite as heavy. They do have the support on your foot, the bottom of your foot, and through your arch, so you will get plenty of support there. Another brand that's really popular with the hikers is Smartwool, and I have these and I really like them, and they are one of the pairs of socks that I go to over and over. Um, they just feel good. They feel good on my toes, and they are a wool blend, and I hand wash them. So they're one of my favorites. So I have some Smartwool footies even that don't have the athletic that comes up to your shin. Um, these were given to me by a friend. They are Packas, and I like them as well because they are nice and soft. Um, they did not run as big since they were a gift. I didn't complain, but they ran a little small, although they are warm and cushioning, and they are made from alpaca. Um, These truly are my favorites. I have two pairs of these. They are alpaca wool blend, and they are another that I can say when I slide my foot down in them, it feels nice and comfortable and cushioned, and you want to start out with a nice feel on your foot because you may not end the hike with that same wonderful feeling. So, oh, I forgot this one. I just got these. I haven't had a chance to try them out. This has support in it. These are Keens. Keens are a very popular hiking shoe or boot. Um, these have some nice support. They are a wool blend as well. Um, what particularly interests me, and I haven't tried them out yet, is their claim to fame in these socks is they have a left and a right, because your feet are different on your left and your right. And so I am anxious to try these out. They will get tried out soon. Um, the first boots, and the ones that everybody go to, and the one that looks like the quintessential hiking boot, is a Merrell. Um, they have a very good reputation, and these are the ones that I started out with. I started out with a higher up boot, and I like the traditional way they look. They have a nice tread for climbing up stone or an embankment with roots. They'll give you some nice support. They usually come in water resistant, and I really did have some very good luck when I was um, wading through a creek bed. Um, they really did keep my feet dry. Um, the first ones that I had came up a little higher, like I said, and so they did prevent sticks and twigs and little things from coming in. And I did end up with another pair of hiking boots. What I found with the Merrells is they take a little bit longer to break in. They are firm, but they will last a lot longer. So you've got pros and cons. Um, like I said, some people really like the Keens. I need a little bit of extra toe room, and I like to wiggle my toes, which is why I like good warm socks. But I have a pair of these. I got these at a price I couldn't resist. So I'm trying to break them in. I've worn them 3 or 4 times. Still having the same problem. So although I look good, look like a bona fide hiker when I wear them, Merrells, if it hadn't been the good price, are really not the boot for me. When I had the Merrells that came up on the ankle, that was my first try, and REI thankfully took them back, and I got these. These are known as a trail runner. They have nice tread on the bottom as well. They are also water resistant, and I have crossed creek beds in these too without much event. My toes didn't get wet in these either. I like these because they have a zero drop. That means that it follows your natural stride of your foot, and it keeps your foot a little, your heel a little bit lower, and your stride works. There is a little bit, and some people would like it, more support in your heel on the Merrells, but it's not a zero drop. I like the way these felt. There was plenty of room in the toe box for me to wiggle my toes and keep my toes from cramping. Um, these have worked very well for me. I like them that they come up and they keep the debris out of my socks and my heels. So some people like a higher boot, some people don't. That's just one of your preferences. And this last one is a Topo. Now, the people that hike the Appalachian Trail, I noticed that the last woman to do it, and one of my favorite people on YouTube that I follow, Homemade Wanderlust, she wears a Topo. Um, I tried these because the lower ankle ultras that I wore did not last. And in conversations with my other hiking friends, they said there's just something about the last 2 or 3 versions from the last 3, 4, 5 years. They are just not lasting as long as you would like them to. So that might be something that works for a pro for the Merrell. It is definitely a con with the ultras, although that you can put them on and take off. There's no breaking in time. You can just automatically go and several miles, and which is what I did. But after 4 months, they were not holding up. And so I went to a Topo. They have plenty of room also in the toe. They have a zero drop as well. They provide nice support. So far, I like them, although these two have worn smooth. Now, this would be the advantage of having that app that my friend has. I don't know how many miles I've walked on those. And they will wear out faster if you are hiking predominantly gravel or paved trails. So I Googled pros and cons to each of the ones before I purchased. I knew I didn't want Danners because of in wild, Cheryl Strait ends up with such awful blisters and losing toenails, and I thought, that is something I do not want. She actually takes her Danners off and throws them over a cliff. I won't do that, but I did make an educated decision on the boots that I wear. A lot of the girls I hike with like the same ones I like. Um, so I would encourage you, take what I have given you for my experience and do your research. It's fun to Google it and go through the pros and the cons, but I don't want you to be stuck with a shoe that's uncomfortable or causing blisters, because everybody wants to hike miles and miles before they sleep. Thank you for coming today. If you have any opinions, please feel free to comment in the comment section, and please like and share. And I'll see you on another hike.